The following is a presentation of the NBA Development League, home of NBA prospects. Visit NBA.com/D-League to see who makes the jump to the NBA.
From the Toyota Sports Center in El Segundo, California, it's LA Defenders basketball on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Tonight, the 0-2 Idaho Stampede are in town to take on the 1-2 LA Defenders. Good evening, everybody. Alongside the Ironman AC Green, I'm Eric Rothman. Happy to be with you here on a Friday night. And the LA Defenders picked up their first win of the season here on home court the other night against the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. AC, it was a really gritty team performance that got them the 1-point victory.
Yeah, it really was. And I mean, when we think about it, what we saw was them grind out a victory somehow, some way. I mean, Rio Grande, we know they were nothing but a three-point shooting team, and the defenders had to keep, bombing away themselves, but bombing away from the two-point line as opposed to the three-point line, and great defense, team effort, and of course, Manny Harris doing what Manny does, leading like 43 points that night.
Manny Harris, 43 points. He had a slow go of it in the home opener last weekend against Texas. Seemed to really find his rhythm there against Rio Grande Valley.
He did. He got back to just shooting the ball, being Manny inside, outside, but what impressed me so much, not only the 43 points, but he played extremely good on defensive end. I was really happy about that.
And for the Idaho Stampede, 0-2, not a whole lot of marquee names on this team, but AC, they have really good guard play, and that's led by Nick Covington.
Nick Covington is a guy that, you know, is a steady guy. He's been on a couple different teams as far as in the D-League itself, but he is one that, as Coach Phil Hubbard told me before the game, he's concerned about, because this guy he's on the thrust of having a breakthrough game, and that's not good for the defenders, of course, if it's tonight.
LA Defenders need to keep Covington in check, as well as another guard, Teray Murray, who will be saying his name quite a bit in the broadcast as well. And one name that you may not have heard in the broadcast so far this season that we're adding to the crew, AC, is Christina Kaplan. She is our sideline reporter for the rest of this season. We're happy she's here with us here tonight, and we're happy that she's with LA Defenders head coach Phil Hubbard right now. Christina?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Coach Hubbard. Coach, it's your first season as the head coach of the Defenders. How are you adjusting into that role?
Well, I'm adjusting pretty easy. You know, it's basketball. I've been doing it all my life. But, you know, again, I'm in charge, so I got to make a few more quicker decisions. But, again, you know, I'm adjusting.
So we spoke a little bit yesterday after practice about the team's improvements. What are you focusing on primarily?
We got to continue to improve, like I said, our execution as a unit, and then our defensive transition, we got to get better at that. And we just got to be giving second and third efforts a little bit more on defense and offense.
Talk a little bit about the importance of team chemistry, building team chemistry in a league where players come and go every single day.
I think it's important, you know, I think that's important that you build chemistry, but I think it also helps to win some games. That helps build chemistry that way. But again, you know, with the change of players and just having a small roster, we got to be together, you know, as a unit. But chemistry is big, you know. And I think once you support your teammate and cheer them on, they feel good about that. So, you know, if you're supporting your teammate when he missed a shot, when he get a good play on defense, or stand up cheering and clapping for him, that's good.
Definitely. Well, we're looking for a win tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Christina. The LA Defenders looking for their second win in a row. Tip-off versus LA and Idaho coming up right after this on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Welcome back inside the Toyota Sports Center for LA Defender basketball right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Net. Eric Rothman and AC Green here with you to bring you the LA Defenders and the Idaho Stampede. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups for these two teams. First, for the visiting Idaho Stampede, an 0-2 overall record. They've played 2 games at home. This is their first away game of the season. Teray Murray at the forward/guard combo spot is on assignment from the Idaho Stampede single affiliate Utah Jazz. He's joined in the starting lineup by Cody Augustus, the forward out of Mississippi State, as well as Quentin Doggett, Keith Murphy, and Shane Gibson, who is a late addition to the starting 5, replacing Nick Covington. And for the LA Defenders, Roscoe Smith, Mr. Double-Double himself, starts things off along with Vander Blue, the guard out of Marquette, Jamario Moon, the veteran on this team, as well as Manny Harris, who dropped 43 points in the game here on Wednesday night, and the point guard for the team in the starting lineup tonight will be Nadir Tharp. For the Idaho Stampede, their head coach in his first year is Dean Cooper. Spent the past 2 seasons an assistant to Kevin McHale on the Houston Rockets team. Began his career in the Houston Rockets organization as a video coordinator for the team back in 1999. He's worked his way all the way up. At one point was the Houston Director of Scouting and the VP of Player Personnel, getting his first head coaching gig here with the Idaho Stampede, replacing Mike Peck, who was the head coach last season. For the LA Defenders, head coach Phil Hubbard, as we saw interviewing with Christina Kaplan before the game, is in his first season as head coach. 1-2 so far, picking up his first victory as head coach on Wednesday against the Rio Grande Valley Vipers, a formerly undefeated 3-0 Rio Grande Valley Viper team that LA pinned their first loss of the season on them. And now they're trying to get 2 wins in a row. It's a back-to-back matchup against the Idaho Stampede. LA will play Idaho tonight and tomorrow night in the final game of a 4-game homestand. And we talked about it a little bit in the open AC about how really what we saw against the Rio Grande Valley Vipers from the LA Defenders was the fact that they finally seemed to be pretty cohesive on both sides of the floor. And this is a team in Idaho who has not scored 100 points yet this season. So you think if you want to get a win streak together, the Idaho Stampede might be a good team to go up against to do that.
Yes, for sure, and that's one of the main reasons right now that you want a team who hasn't found a way to win to be on your home court on a Friday night in LA with your home fans. And so, yes, let's go for 2 wins in a row right now.
Jamario Moon will be taking the tip-off against Cody Augustus. LA in the gold and uniforms with purple trim. Idaho in the black uniforms with red and silver trim. As I mentioned, Idaho, the one-on-one affiliate with the Utah Jazz, their first year in association with the Jazz organization. Idaho for a few years had been with the Portland Trail Blazers, hence the color of their jerseys. Good defense, good hands by Jamario Moon on the first play of the game. Draws a turnover and a finish the other way by Manny Harris. 1 turnover, 2 points for LA.
And I'm not surprised Jamario Moon had his hands involved in that creating that turnover. Great team defense player.
Quentin Doggett handing it off to Kevin Murray, the guard out of Tennessee Tech. Inside and stripped. Cody Augustus lost it. Second turnover on Idaho. Nadir Tharp thought about a 3. Good pass to Vander Blue. Look at the ball movement by LA. Jamario Moon had to go in and out. He's now 1 of 11 on the season from long range.
Well, that's good. And keep shooting it again because that was a wide open look. He can knock that down. We've seen him for years do that.
Jamario just a little bit unlucky from behind the arc this season. Kevin Murphy misses the gimme there. Too strong off the backboard. LA looking to push. Vander Blue off the glass and in. It's 4-0 Los Angeles. AC transition offense is where they were very successful against Rio Grande Valley.
Yes, a quick early start, early push, what they call a secondary break, where it's not just off of a steal, but they're constantly looking to move the ball up the court. Defenders play very well that way.
Under 10 seconds on the shot clock here for Murphy. Good cut inside, too strong with the left hand. Roscoe Smith gets his first board. And now a 3-on-3 for LA. Tharp using that pivot foot. 360 Whirlyberg to Vander Blue. A lot of contact. And a whistle comes. Our first stoppage of play goes against Idaho. And the foul will be on Teray Murray. Vander Blue to the line. Take a look at the replay.
Great attack by Vander, recognizing that he had a defender he's going to have to make some kind of lateral move left or right, and so he forced the issue there. You know, hey, if you're a parked car, you know, you got to go and run into that parked car sometimes, and that's what got him to the line on that play.
Blue, just a 50% free throw shooter on the year as he misses his first one. AC, this team in Los Angeles has 3 and maybe even 4 guards you could argue that are great cutting to the basket. And Vander Blue is one of them, Tharp, Manny Harris, and then Jabari Brown coming off the bench. Getting to the basket wasn't a problem against Rio Grande Valley. It was in the previous 2 games. We'll see if they can keep it up here tonight against Idaho. 3 from the far corner, no good by Shane Gibson, who had 2,000 career points in his collegiate career for Sacred Heart. That's Manny Harris. Just what I was talking about. Manny Harris cutting through 2 black jerseys and finishing it 6-0 LA.
This is a good start right now for the defenders. Like we talked about, they had to come out and assert themselves on the defensive end early in hopes that Idaho knows it's not going to be tonight.
Bucket and a foul for Kevin Murphy. Personal foul pinned on Roscoe Smith. Kevin Murphy will go to the line, try to finish off a 3-point play. He was the 47th overall draft pick back in 2012 for the Utah Jazz. Was traded to the Golden State Warriors, a part of the Andre Iguodala trade, 2013. Now back with the Jazz organization as an affiliate player for the Idaho Stampede. Nadir Tharp, not even looking anywhere close to his target, and somehow gets a little English on that ball and gets it to drop in.
You're talking about a high degree of difficulty on a shot, especially for a little 6-foot guard. That was a great, great shot.
8-3 Los Angeles. Teray Murray with the left hand. Murray, the only affiliate player on this team. I should say assignment player on this team, as he is on contract with Utah Jazz. There's that 3 for Jamario Moon. You always just keep shooting.
We saw the last game against Rio Valley. What happens? You shoot your way in, you shoot your way out with those 3-pointers.
Here's Murray, double team. Gibson in the far corner. Blocked by Jamario Moon. Quentin Doggett able to get it back after Moon stuffed him. And he puts it in, 11-7 Los Angeles. And here's Tharp. Leaner from the top of the free throw circle. Picked up by Murray and pickpocketed by Vander Blue. And now Tharp will hold, waiting for some help. Jamario Moon! High flying in the lane, Jamario Moon throws it down, and he has 5 points to lead all scorers. Timeout on the floor with 8:16 to go. It's a full timeout for the Idaho Stampede. LA off to a hot start. Jamario Moon reaching to the rafters, and LA up 13-7 as we take another look and send it to break right here on Time Warner Cable Sports. LA Defenders jumping out to a 13-7 lead here in the first quarter with 16 to go. Big three-pointer and then a dunk by Jamario Moon before the break. That was Jamario Moon's first three-pointer of the year, as he has struggled mightily from long range through the first 3 games of the season, going 0 of 10 before coming into this game and hitting his first. Idaho out of the break. Joel Wright flanks it off the rim. Manny Harris pushing, tried to get it up to Nadir Tharp, and Tharp and the basketball overran the basket and out of bounds.
Good idea, that's for sure. And defensive pressure, once again, is creating problems for Idaho.
Ray Murray on the left wing, 15 to shoot. Finds Wright, double team, good hands by LA. And there's that man, Jamario Moon again, AC, active on the defensive end.
I tell you what, Jamario Moon, you know, Phil Hubbard was saying to me before the game that he's really hoping and he's expecting Jamario to have a breakthrough game, a breakout game for this season. And I tell you what, 5 points, 1 steal, 1 block shot already in this first half of the first quarter. He's doing a good job at it.
6 seconds to shoot for Idaho. Fade away in the far corner by Kevin Murphy, and he is fouled. Foul on Manny Harris as he shakes his head. Knows that he has violated the cardinal rule of defense, and that is thou shalt not foul the jump shooter.
Very, very true. It's not good to foul the jump shooter.
Especially when there's only a couple seconds left on the shot clock. Yes. And they're fading away, and they have an awkward angle.
Anything else you're thinking?
No, that's it. I think I covered all of it.
But all true, though. All very true.
I learned a little bit sitting next to you after all these games.
Because I was going to ask, how do you know this? Was it by you used to create that foul, or you was the one getting fouled?
It's the Tau of AC Green. That's how I know it. Vander Blue, too many steps. Turnover on Los Angeles. Team's second turnover. Idaho has 3 of them. LA leading 13-9. 7:28 to go in the first quarter.
I'm going to go back and check some of the high school records back in Ohio and just see who committed, who got fouled the most.
You'll have to go pretty deep to find any records that I'm a part of. Murphy on the right elbow, in and out. Rebound for Jamario. To Tharp, keeping that right-hand dribble. Roscoe Smith, quiet so far, looking to get a little louder as he goes up against 2 Idaho Stampede members. And he is fouled. Roscoe to the line.
First personal, second team foul.
Take a look at the replay. Roscoe Smith this season, 18 points, 16 rebounds, and not afraid to go to the bucket and not afraid to draw contact either as he hits the free throw there. AC, you know what I was thinking earlier today? Roscoe Smith really reminds me of another former LA Defender, Malcolm Thomas.
That's true. Actually, that's very true.
Earned 2 call-ups with the LA Defenders, one in 2012, one in 2013. Same type of body, nice and long, and they like to rebound.
Yes, do not mind using their body.
Murphy, tough off-balance shot as he ultimately fell to the ground as the ball fell through the hoop. 15-11 LA.
We only could show the expression of Coach Phil Hubbard because he believed there was a lot of traveling on that call.
Manny Harris, step back, fade away, in and out. Here's Murray, all alone, going right over Jamario Moon, and that's not an easy task. Beats Moon and draws Idaho within 2. Jamario on the right wing, 14 to shoot. To Blue now, triple team with the left hand, and he's fouled. Whistles here in the early going, as that is now the 4th team foul on Idaho.
Nice jab step work by Vander Blue and getting himself penetration into the middle there. Very good because, see, he's going to have to be able to finish that with his left. And I tell you what, I've seen the kid play a little bit now, a little bit more, and he's really progressing and being a very solid player.
Number 22, Eloy Vargas checking into the game, and this is his first check-in for the LA Defenders this season, just activated this morning. A native of the Dominican Republic, played 1 season at Kentucky for John Calipari, was drafted by the LA Defenders in the first round of the NBA D-League draft this season, but hasn't played due to visa issues. Finally got the go-ahead, the visa clearance, and now he is manning the center position for the Defenders. And center position's not going to matter too much if you can't stop the hot shooting on the outside by Kevin Murphy. 16-15, Idaho takes their first lead of the game. Here's Vargas. Fade away for the 7-footer. That's a way to make an impact in your first 30 seconds of professional basketball.
I see you, big fella. Want to come in and hit the teardrop rainbow.
What a shot by the 6'11" Eloy Vargas. Now pass thrown away by Idaho, their 4th turnover. LA basketball up by 1, 17-16 here with 5:31 to go in the first. Jabari Brown checking into the game as Vander Blue will take a seat. Jabari Brown making an argument for the best 6th man in all the NBA Development League, as he has been a spark off the bench so far this season for Phil Hubbard.
Yeah, he's definitely played well. He's going to come in and look to get off pretty quick or get some good shot attempts.
Moon, jab stepping. 8 to shoot for Brown. There's a 3 by Jabari Brown. So the 2 substitutes for LA have 5 points. And now it's 20-16 Defenders. Joel Wright, tough angle as he faded away inside the free throw circle. Under 5 minutes to go now here in the first quarter. Nadir Tharp, high post screen by Moon. Finds Moon on the right wing. Murphy with the rebound. It's an inside and an easy dunk for Jarrell Beneman, the forward out of Towson. Mario threw it away. Turnover on Los Angeles, their 3rd. Here comes Murphy. No one's going to catch him. Oh, wait. Eloy Vargas got there just a half second too late as it was a goaltend, but I didn't think he was anywhere close to getting to that ball.
No, and I tell you what, Phil Hubbard is so excited to have him eligible now. Before the game, he was saying he is so athletic and long, and you see that block shot right there. He did come from half court, and he took off from the top of the key.
Part of the NCAA championship team in 2012 with the Wildcats. Jabari Brown hits the deck hard. He is still on the floor. Gets right back up, though, to receive the pass from Jamario Moon after Jamario stole it away. As Brown, for a moment there, disregarded his injury and got the bucket.
I was getting ready to call the ambulance for the kid. I tell you what.
Points cure all, AC. Ray Murray bricks it. Offensive board for Idaho, but Joel Wright bounces it off his feet and out of bounds. The 5th Idaho turnover here in the first quarter with 3:49 to go, and LA up 22-20.
You know, I'm really going to go back to Ohio, and I got to check some of the scoring records, because you're coming up with too many little one-liners that lets me know you were involved with some things.
Some things, maybe. Very few things.
Okay.
Manny Harris airballing on the other end. Murphy back down the court. One-hand leaner, no. Offensive rebound again by LA. Joel Wright can't finish. Excuse me, by Idaho. Isaiah Turner just checking into the game. LA wants to slow it down in the half court. Manny Harris goes. Vargas on the offensive glass. Eloy Vargas. 4 points and a rebound in 3 minutes of action for LA.
Yeah, that's a good lift off the bench. You know, Coach Hubbard's really excited about having these guys come off and give a lift finally from the bench. It's perfect for him.
Devin Murphy traveled. He was cutting across the free throw line. And a timeout on the floor. The LA Defenders getting some help from their bench. Eloy Vargas and Jabari Brown combining for 9 points off the bench. And LA is up 24-20 over the Idaho Stampede.
You have each one a Defenders t-shirt. Thank you for participating in the Defenders.
Good balanced scoring attack for the LA Defenders here with 2:55 to go in the first quarter as they lead the Idaho Stampede 24-20. They have 7 players, do the LA Defenders, who have at least 2 points. And they have 2 guys off the bench in Eloy Vargas and Jamario Brown, who have combined for 9 points together. Always makes the coach's job easier, AC Green, when he can rely on his bench players to come out and give effective minutes off the bench.
Yeah, this is a perfect recipe right now for Coach Hubbard, for sure, to have these guys coming off Brown, Vargas coming off, playing the way they have been in this first quarter. So this is really good. Eloy, I asked him, I said, how excited are you to finally get a chance to play? He's like, I can't believe it. This is like high school again. I'm so excited to get a chance to play finally.
He had a big old grin on his face when you asked him that at AC, and he is happy to be out there. And now 2 of 2 from the floor with the basketball. Trying to show off some passing abilities from 25 feet away. It's a 7-footer, showing a little versatility to his game. Jamario Brown working the screen with Jamario Moon, cutting through traffic and finishing Jamario Brown. What a strong take. 26-20 now, Los Angeles. 2.5 to go here in the first quarter. This is Jarrell Benjamin. Holds it for an eternity before being stuffed by Vargas. Turner to Brown, lost it. 4th turnover on LA. Benjamin, who was trailing the play, never really got back on defense. Cherry picking for those 2 points. 26-22 LA. Turner loses control and throws it over the back of the backboard. Wild up and down play there for Los Angeles. Eloy Vargas making his presence known here in his first game with the LA Defenders. 4 points, 1 rebound, 1 block in 4 minutes of action. It's Idaho basketball, 2 minutes to play here in the first. In Covington. Pick and roll to Benjamin, popped out. Aaron Dotson inside to right. Eloy Vargas whistled for the foul. The entire LA Defenders team and bench couldn't believe that one.
13 foul. First of the last 2 minutes.
Look at Coach Hubbard still asking for some help in this, because honestly, Vargas, he did have his hands straight up. But I have to commend the young man for keeping his composure more than anything else, because sometimes you do get a questionable call that you might think it's a bad call, and you can't lose it, especially going off on an official.
Wright misses both of his free throws, so no harm, no foul there. LA pushing tempo. Brown a 3. He's got 2 of those off the bench for Los Angeles. It's 29-22 Defenders.
Jabari was doing that all training camp for the Los Angeles Lakers in preseason, so I'm not surprised to see him knocking down 3-pointers.
Backdoor cut thwarted by Josiah Turner. A 4-on-2 developing. Blue off the assist from Josiah Turner, who got the steal. Now 31-22 LA, their biggest lead of the night, with 1:13 to go here in the first. Covington held up in the air for quite some time, was off balance. Jamario Brown gets the long rebound. He is fouled going into the lane. Foul called on Aaron Dotson. His first personal, team's 5th.
14 foul. First in the last 2 minutes.
Great steal, great push by Jabari. He had a bad angle. You're watching the replay there just a moment ago, and you're like, okay, it's 2 against 1. Why didn't they score? Well, he had a bad angle to pass the ball to Laya, on the side. So it's okay. Sometimes you just gotta take it yourself. Which I know once I get to those Ohio records, I'm gonna find how many.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't bother looking up assists, because I will not be showing up anywhere in those scoring records. 1:03 to go here in the first quarter. LA up by now 11 after those 2 Jabari Brown free throws. Brown has 12 points in 5 minutes off the bench here in the first quarter for LA, as the Defenders are rolling. Covington, good ball movement by the Stampede. Benjamin can't get the roll. Right, swatted by Vargas, his second block. What a skyscraper he is down low as Vander Blue lost that pass awkwardly off the backboard. Covington, no look to right, blocked by Jabari Brown, but a whistle comes. And that will send Joel Wright to the line to shoot 2.
Foul number 7, Jabari Brown.
Eloy,
First personal, 14 fouls.
Eloy Vargas, his last block was with his elbow. I mean, the kid is so long. I'm gonna. Do we call him stretch?
We could.
I mean, like maybe super stretch. I mean, he is extremely long and athletic. I see why Coach Phil Hubbard was so excited about talking when he was telling me about him before the game.
And now the LA Defenders, who really before this game only had one center on the roster, one big presence, that's Travis Hyman. Now they can go back and forth between those two guys. That is a huge asset to have going forward. No pun intended. Roscoe Smith, head fake, soaring into the lane. Ball went out of bounds, last touch by LA. 24.5 seconds to go on the game clock, and a half-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. In the final 20 seconds now of the first quarter, LA up 33-24. Side Turner putting the pressure on Nick Covington, getting a little too handsy, and now Idaho is in the bonus, so Nick Covington gets a couple free throws here for free.
That's exactly right, and a free gift. But Nick Covington's like, hey, I'm not going to give it back. It's okay. I'll take what I can get.
Covington was originally slated to be in the starting lineup and was taken out last minute by the Stampede in favor of Shane Gibson. So maybe head coach Dean Cooper looking at Covington to be their spark off the bench, kind of like Jabari Brown has been for LA. Vargas the rebound, and he is clobbered. And that foul puts Los Angeles in the bonus now, so we will see Eloy Vargas shoot his first free throws in a Defenders uniform.
Yep, this is going to be interesting. You know, you ask yourself, okay, what's the difference between, you know, Eloy Vargas and Travis Hyman? I mean, you know, Travis is they both are basically 7 foot. Okay, Travis is just more of that physical presence that can basically intimidate you out there. Still aggressive at the same time. Eloy makes his first free throw there. And Eloy, as we've all been seeing, extremely athletic, much quicker up and down the court, and has a presence in the paint.
He looks like and plays like a guy who grew up as a point guard and then woke up one day and was 7 feet tall and still had the same ability as a point guard, as he is very athletic at all points on the floor. Trey Bussey hitting that three with 5 seconds to go. Brings Idaho within 8. Final 3 seconds of the first quarter. Will Idaho get a shot off? Yes, but Covington is too strong, and that is where we end the first frame of action between LA and Idaho. It's been bench production for the Defenders that has led them to a 35-27 lead over the Stampede. 18 points combined between Eloy Vargas and Jabari Brown have led the Defenders as we head to the second. there's a man who can't get enough basketball in his life. Rudy Tomjanovich out to enjoy some LA Defenders basketball. LA up 35-27 over the Idaho Stampede as we send it down to our sideline reporter, Christina Kaplan. Christina, what do you have for us?
Thanks, guys. In the last time out, Coach Hubbard mentioned that he wants to up the energy and aggression. He said he wants 48 minutes of heavy basketball. The Defenders are up by 8 right now, heading into the second quarter. Let's see if they can hold on to that lead. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Christina. Aggressive play, especially off the bench, AC Green, is what led to LA's lead so far, and mainly from that guy, Jabari Brown. That is his third three-pointer. He's got 15 points off the bench.
Great start, great breakthrough for him. He had a great first half the last game, and he's picking up where he left off. His first halves have been very well for him lately.
Benjamin, spin cycle inside the restricted area. Good kiss off the glass for Jarrell Benjamin, the forward out of Towson.
Idaho Stampede.
A brief delay of game called on Idaho. 38-29, LA on top as we start the second quarter here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Eric Ruff and AC Green, Christina Kaplan with you. LA Defenders looking for their first winning streak of the year. Eloy Vargas topped the free throw circle, just a bit short.
You know, it's interesting, as Christina reported earlier, Phil Hubbard wants 48 minutes of defensive, intense basketball, and that's what they've been delivering that first 12 minutes. It's very impressive.
Blue pulling down the rebound after the Dotson air ball. Jabari Brown, and a put in by Josiah Turner, who was there following the play as Jabari Brown nearly had his fourth three-pointer. Instead, Josiah Turner there to clean up the glass.
Eric, I hope you realize the Defenders are doing this without Manny Harris on the floor.
It's true. Manny Harris, 4 points in 9 minutes of action, as Nick Covington starting to heat up a little bit off the bench. His first bucket of the second quarter, and Los Angeles now leads 40-32. Off the ball foul called on Jabari Brown, offensive foul against LA as Brown trying to use his arms for some separation there.
Nick Covington is one of the players that's very concerning to definitely Phil Hubbard, because he can have a breakthrough moment at any time, as we saw the last tip in there.
Covington, along with Trey Bussey and Aaron Dotson, a three-guard set right now for Dean Cooper and the Idaho Stampede, as Manny Harris is back in for LA. This is Bussey. He stepped on the sideline right in front of the broadcast booth right here, and we saw that heel touch the purple line. Turnover on Idaho, their 9th.
Let's have 48 minutes of defense.
10 minutes to go here in the first half. Turner, soft pass stolen. Covington, Benjamin, Jarrell Benjamin. How do you do? A two-hand slam, and Idaho chipping away, now down 6. Underneath the hoop. Good post-up move by Roscoe Smith.
Roscoe, as we know, 15 points and 16 rebounds. He can deliver pretty much anywhere out there on the court, but that was a great pass by Jamario Moon to find him under the bucket.
Covington from 18 feet, in and out. Jamario Moon plucking away the rebound. It's 42-34 Los Angeles with 9:08 to go here in the second. Covington, a steal on the other hand. Ahead to right, and he gets a little roll as he was being chased from behind by Jamario Moon. Moon unable to catch up with him. 42-36 Defenders. Moon left alone and puts it down with one hand, as LA and Idaho now trading buckets here with 8:40 to go in the second quarter. Tough move by Joel Wright, working against Roscoe Smith. Nice strong take there on the right block.
You see the Stampede trying to get the ball, get some paint scores now, but you don't have Hyman in the game, you don't have Vargas in the game.
Roscoe Smith showing a little range. Mr. Double-Double gets his 6th point of the night. He's got 6 points and 3 rebounds as we keep an eye on the double-double watch for Roscoe Smith, who averages 18 points, 16 rebounds a game. Offensive foul called on Idaho, their 10th turnover of the first half.
Come on, keeping an eye. We have some scouts here also. You know, Memphis has a scout here, Mike Smith. And as you see, the nice dunk right there by Jamario Moon. But Mike Smith with the Memphis Grizzlies, as well as Richard Smith with the Utah Jazz.
Trying to find the next NBA superstar. Could be in this building here tonight. Manny Harris fouled. He will go to the line.
Second first team foul.
Nice ball movement, which makes any coach happy, side to side. And Manny, nice hesitation move. This is what's going to get that guy that call up, because he can attack the basket against anyone. And, you know, all these scouts, all of them said that, hey, Manny's a real player. They all are watching him, as well as Jabari and Roscoe especially.
And all the scouts like to see experience as well. As we take a look at the scouts row there at the baseline. Harris has 80 games of NBA experience under his belt. Most recently for the LA Lakers in a call-up from the Defenders last season. Hits his free throws, and it's 48-38 Los Angeles. Bussey, rainbow over Smith, not there. Ball's loose. Smith diving for it, gets it to Blue. Vander. Ahead to Harris, he couldn't hang on. Bussey, what a pass midair by Trey Bussey to find Jarrell Benjamin for the lay-in. 48-40, LA up with 7:25 to go. Mario Moon, far corner, driving up and under, and gets the hometown roll. Jamario Moon, finger roll as he went horizontal into the lane. Jarrell Benjamin is fouled as he makes that bucket. And Benjamin has had a nice evening off the bench for the Idaho Stampede, now with 12 points on 6 of 8 shooting.
First team foul.
Benjamin has definitely had a nice first half, that's for sure. Nice up and under, as we call it. And I tell you what, that was harder than it looked.
Benjamin looking for the three-point play. He is the 2-time Colonial Athletic Association Player of the Year out of Towson. Averaged 19 points, 11 rebounds in his senior season with Towson, and set a school record of having 404 rebounds on the season. So this guy can play, especially within a few feet of the bucket.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I definitely am.
Jamario Moon! From the moon and back, three-pointer for Jamario.
Told you, it's a full moon Friday. It's a breakthrough game for him. Jamario Moon is having a fantastic first half. 12
points on 5 of 7 shooting, has LA back up by 11, their largest lead of the evening. 6.5 to play. Trey Bussey drawing the double, fading away from Vargas. Moon with the rebound. Quickly out to Tharp. Back to Vargas. Eloy Vargas trailing the play, gets the assist from Nadir Tharp.
Great job, Nadir. Great heads-up play, unselfish. And Eloy, get those buckets, baby. That's all I can say to you.
15 assists for Los Angeles on 21 made field goals. That's the 11th turnover on Idaho as Vander Blue picks up the steal. Tried to pass it ahead. It was knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Stampede.
Kevin Murphy.
Nadir, nice draw and kick back. Big man coming in, throwing it down.
Eloy Vargas, 8 points for him off the bench. Jabari Brown with 15 points along with Vargas off the bench. Has been stellar so far here in the first half. Manny Harris with crossover, ran into Eloy Vargas. They'll try that pick and roll again. Manny out to Vander. 3 isn't there, rebounded by Benjamin. Murphy tiptoeing into the lane. Falling down and getting the bucket to fall as well. Tough shot by Kevin Murphy, who now has 12 points for Idaho. 5.5 minutes to play in the second quarter. Mario Moon, he's found his stroke. Jamario Moon looks like he can hit it from anywhere right now.
Breakthrough, baby. Love that. Keep finding. He got a hot hand. You keep going to him. Feed him the ball.
57-44 LA, 13-point advantage, their largest lead of the night. Teray Murray, rebounded by Moon. Jamario, nearly a double-double already here in the first half. Nearly a triple-double. He's got 14, 8, and 6. We'll keep an eye on that with 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Nadir Tharp finds it from long range. That's the 6th three-pointer by the LA Defenders here in the first half, and it's their largest lead of the night. Idaho taking a timeout, trying to cool off the Defenders. That man, Jamario Moon, getting it done. LA up 60-44 here with 4 minutes and 46 seconds to go. It's a full timeout for Idaho, and we'll step aside. LA rolling here at the Toyota Sports Center as this man, Nadir Tharp, the latest to get in on the action.
Let's hear the fans put those hands together. Come on, cheer it on. All right. Let's hear it, fans. Let's say, hey, come on, let's cheer it on. All right, there we go. I think she's ready to be a Ranger girl. What do you think? All right, say, let's go. Nice. Give her a hand. Okay, fans, it's up to you to determine who the winner is now, so let's hear it first for Natalia. And how about for Saeya? All right, looks like Saeya is tonight's winner. Let's give her a hand. Congratulations and enjoy.
Might have to get the hoses out here at the Toyota Sports Center because the LA Defenders are on fire. Defenders up 60-44 here in the second quarter over Idaho. Team shooting 64% from the field and 6 of 10 from long range as LA rolling here in the second quarter. Foul coming out of the timeout is on Vander Blue. First personal, team's second here with 4:37 to go in the second quarter. Eric Rothman and AC Green here with you. Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Just keep shooting, AC. Just keep shooting. That's what you always tell me, right?
That's it. Keep shooting the ball, baby. Let it go.
LA not having a problem letting it go here tonight. Teray Murray, pick and roll inside to Doggett. A good move in the air by Quentin Doggett to split his 2 defenders and try to chip away at this LA lead that now stands at 14. Jamario, finger roll as he beats Cody Augustus, and that is just abuse right there by Jamario. Augustus on the other end, giving a shoulder to Jamario. Jamario looking at the referee, so you're gonna let him do that?
Jamario getting bumped the way that he did, bumped right into Eloy Vargas, who was trying to time the block shot, and they both looked at each other and smiled.
Turnover on LA, Vander Blue threw it in the hands of Teray Murray. Now Kevin Murphy just stepped, swatted by Moon, and he is whistled for a foul.
Here we go, man. 2 shots. Foul at number 15, Jamario Moon.
Jamario Moon picking up his first personal foul. It's the third team foul here in the second quarter on the defenders. And Kevin Murphy to the line. Murphy a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line tonight with 14, make it now 15 points on the evening for the guard out of Tennessee Tech.
In for the defenders, Jabari Brown.
The defenders, one of the good things that they're doing, and probably one of the keys, is that yes, they're limiting the team just to one shot. And you know, when you get 21 rebounds and 18 of those are on the defensive end, you're bound to get some nice breakouts.
Nigeer Tharp clobbered in the lane. The ball is loose, and that is a kick by Shane Gibson, one of those last-ditch efforts to try to keep the ball in play. The ball will stay with the defenders after that kick by Gibson.
It's good.
He's got to try out with the San Diego Chargers after this game is over. And a new place kicker if they need one. Jabari Brown. Double team. Swinging the ball around are the defenders. They find the open man. It's Manny Harris for 3.
Great ball movement right to the open man is exactly right. And it's nice when that open man is giving you 30 points a game, Manny Harris.
Ray Murray wildly into the lane. Lost it. LA can't convert on the turnover. Give it right back to Idaho. Murray caught underneath the hoop, just throws it away. The 12th turnover on the Stampede goes into the hands of Manny Harris. Under 3 minutes to go now in the second quarter. LA up by 15. No look pass from Tharp to Moon, and Jamario Moon blowing on his hands. Can't believe he couldn't catch that pass. It was a beauty from Nigeer Tharp, but instead turns into a turnover, the 13th on the defenders. And a timeout taken by LA with 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And AC, what we're seeing from the Los Angeles defenders tonight, good ball movement, cohesiveness on the offensive end, and getting into passing lanes on the defensive end that's leading to some quick transition buckets.
Yes, they're not having to work as hard. You know, when you're not getting any fast break points and you're turning the ball over, you know, it's one recipe for disaster. But then when you're having to also play against a half-court set defense all the time, who's going to contest your shot or block your shot, your percentages are going to be down, and you're not just going to make buckets. And that's what we see. I mean, what, they were 60% from the field basically starting this first half. I mean, come on. Defenders are playing great right now.
LA up by 15. We'll take a moment's break here with 2:45 to go in the second quarter. Defenders rolling. It's Manny Harris hitting the 3 from the near corner right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Idaho Stampede coming out of that huddle, out of the timeout very quickly, AC Green, and usually that means that the coach's message is very short and very sweet and that the players don't want to stick around to hear him talk anymore, as Dean Cooper trying to maybe give a little bit of a kick in the pants to his Idaho Stampede players who trail the LA Defenders by 15 here in the closing minutes of the second quarter.
You're exactly right. I'm glad we didn't have Christina down in that huddle.
It's her first game. We don't want to subject her to that kind of language.
We know that for sure.
3 on the way by Cody Augustus is too strong. Nigeer Tharp, shortest guy on the court, comes out with the rebound. 2:13 to go here in the second quarter. Manny Harris working a high post screen with Vargas. Ball ripped down by Teray Murray. Idaho pushing. Doggett stolen by Tharp. Up ahead to Harris. One man to beat, and he does it easily. Manny Harris puts LA up 67-50. And Harris now with 11 points on an efficient 4 of 8 shooting.
Just getting warmed up.
Oh! Murray, that's too easy for a 50-plus NBA game veteran, as he was just given the green light there in the lane.
I mean, it's like a college player playing against high schoolers.
Manny Harris, and one! As Harris is bumped into the scouts table there and probably gives a little wink to those scouts. Did you see that right there?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Look at that. Take the hit and just go ahead and talk to, hey, you know, I know you're with the Memphis Grizzlies, so, you know, put a couple good words in for me. And I know you're with the Utah Jazz, so, you know, I don't mind. 10-day contract over there, too.
Hey, and Mitch Kupchak is up in the rafters here above the court, looking down as he does from his office. So maybe Manny could shoot a look up to him, too, as well, in case the Lakers need some help.
Yeah, the Lakers are rolling, baby. You're right. It's nice to have Manny on reserves right now.
Gibson, one step inside the arc. That was the right call as he blew by Tharp and hits the long J. There's Mitch Kupchak.
My former teammate up there making sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing.
1:07 to go here in the second quarter. LA up by 16. Jamario Moon off the mark on that 3. Under a minute to play now in the first half. LA shooting 65% from the floor. Kevin Murphy, nifty little move in the lane as Vargas was closing in on him. Kevin Murphy now with 18 points. Jamario Brown, he's got 15 already off the bench. A step back 15-footer. Clanks off the iron and rebounded by Idaho. Under 30 seconds now in the half. Feed inside to Quentin Doggett, the forward out of Southern University, the native of Richmond, Virginia. He comes off the bench now to help the Idaho Stampede pull within 12. Final 10 seconds of the first half. The shot clock is off, and Manny Harris can hold for the last shot if he'd like. 4 to shoot. Long 2 from Brown is no good, and that will end the first half of action. The LA Defenders put up 70 in the first half, and Los Angeles AC really couldn't do anything wrong there in the first half. What do they need to do to keep that rolling in the second?
Forget the first half. Come out with the energy that they had at the beginning of the game, and they'll be just fine.
70-58 is the score. The Los Angeles Defenders 61% from the floor in the first half. And Phil Hubbard, new coach for the LA Defenders AC, what's the message in the locker room? Obviously, you don't want your team to get too far ahead of themselves here as we go into the second half.
You know, realize where they are. I mean, they're up by 12 points right now. They haven't been up by 12 points all year, we know. And going into the half, I mean, they're good. They're solid. Let's take advantage of this and let's build on it. The first 6 minutes, let's build on it.
7 of 12 from long range, which also helped in the effort as well. And we have some help on the sidelines tonight from Christina Kaplan, and she is standing by with Idaho Stampede head coach Dean Cooper. Christina?
Thanks, guys. Coach Cooper, a lot of turnovers in that first half. What do you guys need to do differently?
Well, I think you hit it right on the head. We got to do, we got to run our offense with some pace. We're turning it over because we're not doing it with pace, so we're not putting them at any sort of indecisive moments, and they're sort of dictating to us rather than us dictate to them.
Down by 12 right now. What are the keys defensively going into the second half? Well,
that's the other issue is the turnovers have led to easy transition, but then we just got to contain the ball. They're playing downhill on us, and they got us back on our heels. We sort of got to dig our heels in and make a stand.
Great. Thanks so much, Coach. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Christina. We appreciate it. Coach Cooper, his Idaho Stampede headed to the break, trailing the LA Defenders 70-58. We'll be back with halftime highlights and stats right after this. It's LA Defenders basketball on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. LA Defenders at the half lead the Idaho Stampede 70-58 right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Eric Rothman and AC Green with you at the half as the LA Defenders look to put together their first winning streak of the season, AC, and really this is a completely different team than what we saw a week ago in their home opener. What are they doing differently?
They're playing ball. You know, they're balling. That's how I look at it. That's what I say. I mean, because what are they doing? They have energy. They have effort. They're moving the ball, moving their body. The coaches are happy. The players are happy because they all get to touch the rock.
LA shooting over 60% from the floor as we take a look at the halftime stats that lead us to our score of 70-58. AC, the 61% shooting really stands out, but how about the rebounding game as well, out-rebounding the Idaho Stampede, which has been a big issue for the Los Angeles Defenders so far this season.
Yeah, and rebounding is effort. It's energy, it's effort, and you see they're up by what? Out-rebounding them by 5 right now, so it's pretty solid. They're doing what they need to do, and even in the paint right now, they got 34 big points in the paint, so I'm very impressed by them in the one half.
And Jamario Moon has also been fantastic. He's on the verge of a triple-double already, and we've only played one half of basketball. He's a 13-year professional basketball player. How important is it for him and this team to get him going this early on in the season?
Yeah, Eric, it's so important for him because, you know, as I said before, he needs a breakthrough game, and this is the kind of moment that he really has been looking for, and Coach Hubbard's been like telling him before the game, hey, tonight's his night. Tonight's his night. So I'm really happy that he's played well for 24 minutes.
And we'll see if he can do it for another 24. The LA Defenders up by 12. First half highlights coming up right after this on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. At the half here at the Toyota Sports Center, LA Defenders on top of the Idaho Stampede, 70-58. In the broadcast booth here, Eric Rothman alongside AC Green. And AC was a really balanced scoring effort for the LA Defenders. 3 players in double digits as we take a look at the highlights so far from the first half. Really an all-around team performance, especially on the defensive end, as this Idaho Stampede team is very dangerous and very capable as well.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. And you know, the defenders, they have to have a big body in the presence, you know, big presence down in the paint, and Vargas and Travis Hyman's going to bring that in, but at the same time, Idaho's not going to give up here. So you see they're going to keep tacking the basket over and over again.
On the offensive end, good ball movement has led to some open opportunities. Manny Harris right there with the 3. He's got 14. Jamario Moon has 16. Jabari Brown off the bench has 15, and he's really been such a great spark for this team here in the early goings of this season.
Yeah, he's been doing a fabulous job in getting his game back. Talking about a guy getting his game back, Jamario Moon, as we've been saying earlier. He's found his game tonight.
LA Defenders have found it, at least for the first half. We'll see if they can keep it going. They're up 70-58 over the Idaho Stampede. Third quarter up next.
Creating a safe and enjoyable sports and entertainment experience. We therefore ask you to refrain from any disruptive behaviors such as fighting, throwing objects, stepping into the court to interrupt play, or using improper language or gestures. Spectators engaging in such behavior are subject to rejection and possible arrest. Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest usher, security, or staff member. Thank you for your cooperation in making Defenders basketball an enjoyable experience for all.
Good all-around first half for the LA Defenders as they are on top of the Idaho Stampede, 70-58 as we get set to start the third quarter of action right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Eric Rothman and AC Green with you, and that man Jamario Moon is on official triple-double watch. 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists in 21 minutes of action, AC. That is an efficient first half for a guy who's been around a long time and knows how to get the job done, both offensively, and don't forget, he was a maniac on the defensive end as well there in the first half.
Yeah, you know, Jamario, as you said, he's a long-time veteran. And at the same time, he's a guy who's just been trying to find his chemistry, trying to find the flow in the offense. And I'm really, the whole Defenders team's been looking for that from an offensive flow standpoint. But one of the beautiful things about Jamario is that he's never let his inability, in a sense of his touches on the offensive end, affect his effort he brought on the defensive end every single night so far.
And he's a really consummate professional, and he's been through it all. Perseverance is really key for Jamario Moon. This is a guy who was a professional basketball player for 6 years before even getting a crack at the NBA. He's played in about every professional basketball league known to man. The NBA Development League, the USBL, the WBA, the ABA, the CBA, the Harlem Globetrotters. He's played in Mexico, he's played in Greece, and finally, after 6 years going from league to league in the minors, finally made it to the NBA and had a very nice career with Toronto and Cleveland, the LA Clippers as well. And now at 36 years old, looking for that one more opportunity and hoping to get it. And if he continues to play how he's been playing here in the first half, wouldn't be surprised if he's the first defender called up to the NBA this season.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and we know Mitch Kupchak is watching. And as we said, we have 3 other scouts from NBA teams watching. And those who are watching through Time Warner, they're watching. So this is a beautiful thing when you really think about it for a guy who's looking for that one more chance. Jamario Moon, this could be a great showcasing for him.
I should say Jamario is 34, not 36. I know he'll, after tape sessions this week, come back and chide me for that if I don't correct myself. trying to take away 2 years of his career there at 36. No, he's 34, so still plenty of miles left in the tank for Jamario. And for this entire LA Defenders team, who has been running wild here tonight against the Idaho Stampede, up and down the court they have gone to a 12-point lead, and they start with the basketball here in the third quarter. Manny Harris, he's got 14 of his own. Lobs it inside to Roscoe Smith, and he didn't even need to come down before banking that one in.
Good job on the offensive execution. Coming out at halftime, they ran a play, which is perfect.
Murphy. Kick out to Teray Murray, is short on the three. 50-50 ball, and Nadir Tharp out with it. But stolen right away by Teray Murray. Kicks it out to Gibson. 3, no. Offensive rebound by Murphy, as the Idaho Stampede have 4 chances on that possession. Can't get a bucket. Harris from the corner, good! And Manny Harris is now your leading scorer for the LA Defenders with 17 points and 6 of 10 shooting. Quinn Doggett on the left elbow. Under 10 to shoot now for Idaho. Hands it off to Gibson. Pick and roll to Doggett. Can't find Hader, gets an offensive rebound. Second chance not there. Vander Blue now for LA. High skyhook in midair, off the glass is good. LA coming out hot. Ray Murray, that one pops out. Manny Harris with the rebound. Manny dishes to Roscoe, and that's just too easy. LA now up by 21 points, their biggest lead of the night.
Yes, indeed, and as we said, the first 6 minutes are the telltale here. They can run away with it and have Idaho looking forward to only tomorrow if they keep playing this way.
A 9-0 run to start the third quarter for the LA Defenders, and a timeout on the floor as Teray Murray was falling down and had nowhere to go. It's a 30-second timeout for Idaho. And everything we talked about there at the half, AC, about not sleeping on Idaho, not letting the first half get in the way of having a good start to the third quarter, has all come true here for the LA Defenders on a 9-0 run to start the third. As we take a look at their upcoming schedule, they take on Idaho tonight and then Idaho again tomorrow night, which we will see live right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, before heading out for a 3-game road trip against the Westchester Knicks, the Grand Rapids Drive, and the Oklahoma City Blue, before returning home on December 5th to take on fellow California rivals, the Santa Cruz Warriors.
Well, Idaho, honestly, if they're going to come out, over the next, 22 minutes and play this way, I think I might be able to go down and get, you, Christina, and I a couple minutes on the second half for Idaho, because they're not playing, so why can't we get in the game and play? Christina's down for it.
I'll tell you what, you two go out there and play. I'm going to go hit the barbecue truck outside, and we'll all reconvene when the game's over.
It is smelling pretty good right now.
It is smelling very good. And maybe that's what's distracted the Idaho Stampede, is they just can't get it together here in the third quarter. Finally get their first field goal of the half, and it comes from Cody Augustus. The free throw line, it's now 79-60 LA. Jamario Moon wide open for 3 and in and out. And we'll throw down to Christina real quickly. Christina, other than barbecue, what do you got for us?
Coach mentioned in the last time out that he wants to continue with the solid defense and get the rebound and go. Quickness up the court and just keep this lead. That's the main thing that he wanted to emphasize.
They're pushing it up the court quickly here as Vander Blue gets into the three-point party from the far corner. 82-60 Los Angeles.
Yeah, great job, Christina, because that's exactly right. They're attacking like they haven't attacked all year so far. So this is really exciting to see.
Hand check by Nadir Tharp. Wanted to argue that one with Jeff Wooten. Instead, just going to keep it composed, realizing, hey, my team's up 22. I didn't like the foul, but no reason to compound the mistake here by arguing with the referee.
Yes, you want, even though they don't have stripes on, you want those guys on your side. We used to call them zebras, but, things have changed.
Manny Harris, the steal and the deal as he gently lays that in. Doesn't want to hurt the rim there. 84-60 now. LA a 24-point lead, under 9 minutes to play in the third. Ray Murray is fouled. And AC, this is one thing you don't want to do, not to say that it's a big deal at least this point in the third quarter as we take a look at that Manny Harris steal in the finish, but you don't want to start giving away free throws to the Idaho Stampede, stopping the clock, stopping your momentum. You don't want to get into foul trouble when you're up by 24. You want to keep the flow going.
Yeah, you do. You want to keep it, you know, and once again, as Christine said earlier, you want to keep the aggression, you want to keep attacking, and so fouling is not a part of, well, in one sense it's part of attacking, it's just you got caught.
It's a physical attack.
Yeah, it's a physical attack.
Rather than a basketball attack, as we have Joel Wright and Jarrell Benneman checking into the game for Idaho, as Dean Cooper looking for somebody on his bench to help turn this thing around. It's 84-61 LA. Good feed by Tharp to Manny Harris, and that's the second time Nadir Tharp tonight has made a beautiful pass to somebody cutting on the baseline, and the second time that his recipient couldn't hold on to the basketball.
In other words, don't do it anymore.
A bump out front as Manny Harris lays out Shane Gibson. It's the second personal on Manny Harris, the third team foul on LA. Pretty clear violation there as Manny threw up his finger and said, yep, that one's on me. It's an easy call to make. Jarrell Benneman. Jamario Moon broke his shoe. He's behind the play right now. LA playing down 5 men to 4. Jamario Moon, literally the sole of his shoe has busted off. He's limping regardless, but you can kind of see there, it's the left shoe. The sole is just hanging on for dear life. We need to get Jamario Moon a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, that was not good. Definitely not. It's that's happened. I mean, I've definitely done that before too. But when you blow something like that, your foot keeps going even though the shoe stops. And so next thing you know, you're bound to get a sprained ankle or a ligament possibly torn or something like that. Mario
walking gingerly off the court, being tended to by Nina Paul, Nina Paul, the trainer for the team. And AC, you got a pair of shoes that Jamario can borrow?
Yeah, hey, when you know you got it going on and you're really doing well that night, you can play in some dress shoes. And so, Jamario, I got some dress shoes for you right now. We'll see what's happening. And yes, Eric, they're not wingtips, okay?
I got the wingtips rocking tonight. He can use the wingtips if he wants, although I think he probably has a little bit bigger feet than I do.
I was getting ready to say that. Your size 10 is not going to quite work for Jamario.
Hey, man, 10.5, AC, 10.5.
Oh, my bad.
Every half a size counts. Eloy Vargas checks in for Jamario Moon and immediately makes an impact just like he did in the first half off the bench. He now has 10. LA up 86-63. Joel Wright, another foul on LA, and the defenders now 4 team fouls here in the third quarter to Idaho's 0.
Well, you can tell, obviously, the message for the Stampede in their locker room was get the ball in the paint. We're settling for too many outside shots, and so they're trying to be also aggressive, trying to attack the defenders. Put them in the paint and get some buckets. If not, get a foul.
Joel Wright hits his first one as Idaho trying to get to the line as much as possible, is trying to claw back into this game without any time running off the clock. That's the way to do it. As Wright missed the second one, ball's loose. Nadir Tharp tracks it down. Harris on the right wing, 7 of 11 shooting tonight, make it 8 of 12. Manny Harris, leaner in the lane as we take a look at the new pair of boots for Jamario Moon. Looking fresh just out of the box.
Almost as good as mine, Jamario. Okay, maybe you don't need my shoes.
Benneman left alone as LA jumped up to double team, and Benneman was left unattended. 88-66 Los Angeles, 7 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
All right, the funny thing is this, when Jamario Moon knows he's playing well, he has some good momentum, some good flow going. He could not wait to get a pair of shoes out of that locker room. He was going to go back there himself and find them.
Jamario Moon, 16 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists on 7 of 11 shooting. Trying to get back in there as quickly as possible. Shane Gibson the steal to Ture Murray. Brings Idaho within 18. Alley-oop intended for Vargas. Goes above his outstretched arms and out of bounds turnover on LA. They're 16th as a team.
Well, the unique thing about that was Vander obviously threw the alley-oop pass to Vargas, but the thing was Vander's momentum took him out of bounds, and he was the first one to touch the ball, and so he couldn't pass to himself. And so the officials called a traveling call in that situation.
7 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third. Vargas with the steal. It's the 15th turnover on Idaho. LA setting up in the half court. This is Vargas on the left elbow. Standing atop the crowd at 7 feet tall as he can see over everybody. 3-second violation on LA while Vargas was looking for an entry pass. And now Jamario Moon is back into the game with his new pair of shoes, and Vargas will take a seat.
Nice spell, though. Nice spell. A few minutes for Vargas coming in for Jamario Moon. That's good. And like I said, Jamario's the happiest guy right now. Got a new pair of shoes.
Murray from the right elbow. Teray Murray makes it 88-70 Los Angeles. Murray showing you why he spent 51 games with the New York Knicks in 2013. Creating his own shot and now stealing that one away from Vanderblue. Numbers for Idaho. Easy lay-in for Joel Wright. And now an Idaho Stampede run being put together. Manning, left wing three. Benjamin the rebound. Big man's gonna push it. To Murray on a bait as he goes into the lane. And a timeout taken by Los Angeles. 6 straight points for the Idaho Stampede. And LA wants to take a full timeout to talk about it. 88-74. Los Angeles still with a 14-point lead. Just under 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. They got to stop that man, Teray Murray. They want to hang on to this lead and win this game. Idaho Stampede putting together a 6-0 run right before the break. Chipping away at this LA Defenders now 14-point lead. Teray Murray, only player on assignment in the lineup for the Idaho Stampede tonight, on assignment from the Utah Jazz, has really gotten things going in the last couple of minutes for the Idaho Stampede, AC, and they got to put a body on that man if they want to contain the Stampede and not let him get back into this one.
Oh yeah, they've picked up their game. They stepped it up. They're like, hey, we're tired of getting blown out. The coach is screaming out and hollering things I can't repeat on TV, and it's obvious the momentum has shifted.
A lot of time left. Jabari Brown off the bench. Can't get the three as LA has missed some really close three-pointers here in the third quarter. So can't get a bucket to drop here in the last minute or two. Benjamin, spin move beats Vargas. Left hand touch for the big man.
Benjamin, that was a great spin cycle move right there. Tell you, I'd see how you wash your clothes.
Not a permanent press, you're saying it's a spin cycle.
Oh, for sure. Wow.
Nadir Tharp clanks it off the back iron. Joel Wright pushing the pace.
That's awesome.
Had it stripped and bounces off of his knee. Good transition defense by Nadir Tharp to get back on that one.
Yes. The defenders now, with the problem they're having right now, they're living, okay, from the perimeter. And they were hitting the shots in the first half, almost 60% as we were talking about all first half. But when they don't fall, you can't let down on your defense.
Moon, the free throw line. Short and rebounded by nobody until it trickled out to Nadir Tharp. Loose ball pickup by Nadir. Jabari Brown, straightaway three, buckets. And that'll get them back on track, back out to a 91-76 LA lead.
That was a big make by Jabari Brown.
Shane Gibson trying to answer. Another rebound by Nadir Tharp. Now has 7 rebounds along with 5 points and 9 assists. Make that 9 points. Nadir Tharp on the verge of a triple-double as well as his teammate Jamario Moon. We'll keep an eye on both of those stat lines heading in the final 4 minutes and 13 seconds here in the third quarter. Benjamin driving, stuffed by Vargas, his third block of the game. Idaho keeps it with 5 to shoot. Murray, nowhere to go. Blocked by Brown and somehow got it back midair and finished with 1 second on the shot clock. Manny Harris all the way around the rim and in. A quick answer on the other end.
Quick answer and a great inbound pass from Jamario Moon, getting the ball up the court for the defense to get set.
95-78 Los Angeles. Good ball movement by Idaho. Murphy jump stop, went head-to-head against the 7-footer Vargas and beat him.
Tough shot. Got to give him credit on that one. He earned it.
Nadir Tharp hanging midair, and he's fouled from behind. Shane Gibson clocked him on the back of the head.
Foul number 4, Shane Gibson.
95-80, Los Angeles up by 15 here with 3:18 to go in the third quarter. Eric Rothman, AC Green, Christina Kaplan with you on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Nadir Tharp hits his first free throw as we take a look at that block by Eloy Vargas on the other end. The best of Benjamin right there. Third block for Vargas in the game as he takes a seat. Into the game for LA is Roscoe Smith.
Third block, but 2 of his blocks were with his elbow. So, I mean, that's once again, that's like me and my basketball camp playing against those middle schoolers.
97-80 now, LA. What you doing? You're picking on those little kids.
Hey, man. Hey, I got to relive a moment.
Murphy over Moon. Kevin Murphy has had himself a night. 24 points on 9 of 14 shooting. Errant pass by Tharp. Thought Moon was cutting. Nobody was home. Turnover on LA, the 20th of the evening. In the far corner, a 3 by Trey Bussey. 23-year-old guard out of Georgia Southern. Jabari Brown trying to go 1-on-4. That's not great numbers if you can do math. Under 2.5 minutes to play. Terrell Tate is fouled as he goes to the lane. And with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left, the foul has gone Roscoe Smith. LA up by 12 and a timeout on the floor. It's a full timeout credited to the LA Defenders as they are hanging on to the lead. It was once 24, it's now down to 12. Still lead the Idaho Stampede 97-85 right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet.
Wow, it looks like number 2 is ready to get her shoot. All right, we got 1 and we got 2 baskets. Congratulations to our contestants who will each take home a Defenders t-shirt. Thank you for participating in the Defenders Dress and Dribble Challenge.
Idaho Stampede have cut the LA Defenders' 24-point third quarter lead in half, as it now stands a 12-point advantage for the LA Defenders, 97-85. And AC, before we go any further, we got to wish a happy birthday to our replay operations guy, Tim Muscarella. Happy birthday, Tim. What'd you get him?
Oh, I got Tim a big birthday card, a gift card.
Oh, a big card, okay.
Yes, at Home Depot.
I got him a used pair of shoes by Jamario Moon, freshly worn, and they may be without a sole on the left shoe. It's okay, I think Tim will tape them up and hit the hard court with them.
Oh yeah, Tim's gonna find good use for them. That's why I got him the gift at Home Depot. He's a handyman. He'll work it out.
97-85. LA hanging on to a 12-point lead. 3 on the way by Murphy, no good. Tapped out of bounds, last touched by the Stampede. Kevin Murphy not afraid to shoot. He's taken 15 shots tonight, the most out of any Idaho player. But he's also converted on 9 of those for 24 points. Just that 3-pointer there. Another guy who's not afraid to shoot, Manny Harris. Out to Jabari Brown, had all day in the air as he was just gliding into the lane. Good touch by Jabari.
Yes, great touch, great find by Manning, and the defenders actually executing the play coming out of a timeout.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Good block by Eloy Vargas, number 4. This time got the better of Beneman. Manny looking for an entry, kicks it back out to Jamario Moon from 18. Josiah Turner tracks down the offensive rebound, a fresh 24 for LA. Manning cutting, trying to tap in his own miss, couldn't do it. 2-on-2. Murphy just inside the arc, kick out to Trey Bussey, and he turns it over.
Defenders, great conversion defense. Way to get back on defense. We've been saying it all night long. You got to get back, got to get back, got to get back. And all the coaching staff on the defenders are saying, way to make them make an extra pass, led into a turnover.
Minute to go now here in the third quarter. As an offensive foul charge to Eloy Vargas.
22, Eloy Vargas, second personal.
Vargas's second personal. As the LA Defenders have got 32 points off the bench tonight. 30 of them have come between Jabari Brown, who has 20, and Eloy Vargas, who has 10. Murphy had the continuation if he made the bucket. Instead, it's another foul on Eloy Vargas in his first NBA D-League game.
That's okay. Eloy did a good job. Try to stay big, meaning without keep his length. He can reach up 9 feet tall, okay, with his hands up. Just make the guy shoot over you. But he get obviously what happened in that situation, the offensive player went right into his body, got a nice foul call, like he used to do back in Ohio.
You wouldn't catch me dead in the lane, AC. I'm standing out on the perimeter all day. I think I got face for broadcasting. I didn't take any elbows going up against 7-footers like Eli Vargas.
You are a smart man.
I try.
Smart man.
It's about knowing your ability, AC, or lack thereof. 45 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's a 13-point LA lead. Jabari Brown left alone, missed it short. Josiah Turner nearly tracked down the offensive rebound, just couldn't quite handle it. Idaho ball. LA nearing the century mark. Idaho at 86 points. They have yet to score over 100 points in a game this season. They are 0-2 on the year. LA 1-2, coming off their first victory of the season Wednesday against Rio Grande Valley. Good backdoor cut. Trey Bussey up and under for the layup. 20 seconds to go. The shot clock is still on, a difference of a second and a half between the shot and the game clock. Side Turner. Watching the seconds tick off. Tried to feed it inside to Manny Harris, and pass was a little low. Harris couldn't bend down to get it. 4.3 seconds to go here in the third. Idaho with one last opportunity before we head to the fourth. Bad pass, nearly into the hands of Jamario Brown, but he took his eye off the ball there momentarily and lost it out of bounds.
He pretty much almost hit everything else he shot as far as Jabari, but at the same time he saw that shot before he actually grabbed the ball.
2.3 seconds left. Evan Murphy, an offensive foul as he shoves Manny Harris to the ground, trying to get that pass.
Offensive foul number 21, Kevin Murphy.
It's the third team foul on Idaho this quarter. Jamario Moon quickly to Vargas. Gets it off before the buzzer, and too strong from the far corner. Los Angeles came into the third quarter with a 12-point lead. They got it out to as many as 24. Idaho has chipped away, got within 11. It's 99-88. The LA Defenders looking for their second win in a row, trying to take down the Stampede. Fourth quarter coming up next on Time Warner Cable Sports Net.
We want some sandwiches. They take you to Quick Plug. Laker girls.
The LA Defenders have led this ball game for 99% of the 3 quarters already played. The Idaho Stampede led by 1 point for a half a second back in the first quarter. But really, it only matters if you finish on top at the end of the fourth quarter. It's where we are headed right now. The LA Defenders up 99-88. Eric Rothman, AC Green here with you. LA got it out to as many as 24. Idaho kind of chipping away. Los Angeles still shooting over 60% from the floor. Is it a matter of just staying hot here in the fourth quarter and riding out the wave?
It is a matter of shooting hot, but at the same time, now's the time you want to pick up your defense. And if you ever play defense, team defense, aggressive, this is the time to step up. You don't want to have to trade. This Idaho team has been playing very assertive on their defensive end. Their momentum has changed a lot. I don't know. I don't have a great feeling right now because Idaho's playing pretty well.
Nearly a quick bucket there, rattles out. Trey Bussey gets the steal after his miss and puts back his second opportunity. Now LA only up by 9. Roscoe Smith, top the free throw circle. Brick Eli Vargas, offensive rebound and a putback for Eloy.
That's what they need. Big body, big pressing, just go up and put the ball in.
LA up 11, we send it down to Christina Kaplan. Christina?
Thanks, guys. Coach said 12 minutes left. Don't turn it over, and defense. Those were his emphases.
Thank you, Christina. We appreciate it, and we'll look out for that. Don't turn it over and hang on to this lead. Got to stay aggressive here against Idaho. It's Christina. Got to give her a shout out, AC. She's done a great job here in her first game with the broadcast crew. It's not easy, you know, being on the same broadcast as a 3-time NBA champ, but she's kind of held her own, right?
She's doing a great job. I tell you, she's getting all the inside goods. You know, they just for some reason they're letting her closer into that huddle. You know, they would never let us that close.
No, I wonder why. 101-92. Jabari Brown. Good step back, just can't finish the jumper. Ball's loose. Cody Augustus out with it. Ray Murray goes right into our cameraman there on the baseline. I know our producer, Olivia Stomsky, is wondering about the health of our cameraman, but I'm sure she's a little bit more worried about the health of the camera.
Yeah.
As all producers always, how's the equipment, first of all? Looks like camera and cameraman are okay. Murray lost it. Vanderblue up ahead. Jabari Brown. Brought down hard, and Brown will go to the line to shoot two. Take a look at that camera angle as the ball coming right at it.
Foul number 15.
Whoa, there's the Raptors.
Fourth personal, second team foul.
Everybody's okay.
He looks good.
Smiling.
He's got a story to tell when he gets home.
There you go. How'd you get that black eye? I had a camera go right into my face as the ball was thrown from midcourt. Referee's talking about, I believe, who the foul should be assessed to.
Don't blame the cameraman.
So the ruling on the floor, AC, was a flagrant foul. And so now referees are going to take a look at the instant replay to go back and see if it was indeed a flagrant or just a personal foul. That's Jeff Wooten right there with the headset. Looking on as well, Brady Chalette.
I don't see that being a flagrant. I mean, he pulled. Yes, did he pull him down out of the normal flow of an actual foul? He did, but not super aggressive. So I don't know. Let's take a look at this.
There's the pass up ahead to Brown.
There's the pull right there.
It's a pull by Joel Wright, and looked like he made a pretty good attempt at the basketball. It seemed like a malicious foul.
Yeah, I don't think. I think it's going to be a common foul.
I agree. I think the ruling on the court will be reversed. But they are taking a few looks at it and want to make sure they're right. Good referee crew here tonight. Jeff Wooten, Randy Richardson, and Brady Chalette. Jeff Wooten, a veteran here in the NBA Development League, knows the ins and outs of all these teams, and we see him in Los Angeles very frequently, as they're now going to talk about it one more time, and we'll take a look at it one more time. Different angle this time, get the baseline view. And AC, you and I are right, the foul has been downgraded to a common foul. So personal foul will be assessed to Joel Wright, but no flagrant foul. Jabari Brown still at the line, though, with 10 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the fourth. And LA up 101-92.
That's a good call. Good call.
And that's the benefit of that instant replay rule that has expanded to the NBA Development League now this year to match the instant replay rules of the NBA. There was also a coach's challenge rule that is being tested out here in the NBA Development League. We have not seen it used here at the Toyota Sports Center this season, but we anticipate it will be used frequently at key points of games throughout the season, and we will keep you abreast of all that information when it comes up. It's 103-92 LA right now, under 10.5 to go here in the fourth. Ray Murray. Kick out. Bussy a three. Missed everything. Murray trying to save it. Not a lot of room there between the baseline and the scouts table. as Murray went out of bounds. We've had some shoe issues here tonight. Nick Covington, another guy who lost his shoe on that play. Turner. To Roscoe Smith. Playing a two-man game over there as Turner and Smith. Turner threw it away. Here's Bussey. Storming into the lane, and he is fouled. Trey Bussey will go to the line. Take a look at that drive by Bussey, and Vander Blue came in and came across his arms.
Trey Bussey, strong kid, strong body, knows how to play, take a good hit, knocks down to get an easy point.
The Idaho Stampede, Trey Bussey being one of these guys, but they have a lot of guys on this team from colleges that you may not have heard of before. And that's what the NBA Development League is all about, giving opportunities to guys who, like Trey Bussey from Georgia Southern or from Terrell Tate from Fayetteville State, get an opportunity to play professional basketball and prove if they can play at the next level. Vander Blue, straightaway three, bang, biscuit. Vander Blue makes it 106-94.
Tell you, we're in for a good game. Good closeout coming up.
LA is led by as many as 24, up by 12, 9:20 to go, with a slew of defenders getting ready to check in the next break. Bussey driving, swatted by Vargas. Murray, another crack at it for Idaho. Third chance for the Stampede. Joel Wright doesn't miss. Three chances there for Idaho, and finally get the bucket.
Yeah, bad things are going to happen. They keep getting offensive rebounds.
Turner, Euro step, kick out. Jabari Brown, back-to-back threes for Los Angeles. Defenders back up by 13. Turnover on Idaho as Murray had it stripped. Roscoe Smith, he's fouled, and he'll go to the line. Cody Augustus, the person.
Tell you, this has been some fast-paced action in the favor of the defenders, though, because they play much better when it's a transition game.
Defenders tonight, 28 fast break points. Roscoe Smith waiting for Eloy Vargas to get in on the block.
Jamario moves over here, cracking jokes on Eloy. Talking about he hurt his little pinky finger.
Well, the big 7-footer is going to come out with that little pinky finger injury. And Jamario better watch out. I don't know if the young fella's going to take too kindly to the old guy telling him, oh, just a little pinky injury.
What, you shaking your pinky finger? Oh, 7-footer.
Jamario Moon saying, you know, back in my day, played with one leg chopped off, went down the court, up the hill in the snow.
Absolutely. Patch over my eye.
110-96, LA up. Augustus from 3. Beneman, offensive rebound. That's just too easy for Darrell Beneman.
Yeah, it is, but it's not ironic that Eloy Vargas is out the game now. Shot blocker.
And rebounder as well. Idaho pushing the pace. They say Beneman bobbled it, was not a travel. Got control of it last second and finished to bring the Stampede within 10. And now the Idaho Stampede have scored 100 points for the first time this season. Whistle off the ball against Kevin Murphy. His third personal, the team's 4th. Keep an eye on the fouls as well. It's the 4th team foul of the quarter on Idaho, just 1 for LA. Seconds to shoot. Brown, 15-footer. Rebounded by Murphy. Bussey will try his hand at a 3 and gets it to go. Trey Bussey. Now all of a sudden, Idaho is within 7 with 7.5 to play. Harris gets the screen and lost the ball. Here comes Bussey. And one. Nadir Tharp pushed him from behind, and a chance at a three-point play for Trey Bussey.
Second personal.
We've been talking about the momentum shift, and we saw it coming out in the third quarter, and it's continuing.
One of those situations they see, if you're going to foul him, foul him.
Yeah, come on. That's sort of ridiculous, that particular kind of a foul.
Three-point play for Bussey. Idaho has led for about 2 seconds of this ball game back in the first quarter when they led by 1. Other than that, they have trailed by as many as 24. They're back within 4 points now. Roscoe Smith, can he get the roll? No, 3 bounces as it falls off the rim. He will go to the line as Jarrell Benneman called for the personal.
Great job by Roscoe following his own shot. I mean, yes, he's getting almost 16 rebounds a game, so you're not surprised by that, but it took a lot of effort to go over Benneman and get an offensive rebound.
This is that free throw short.
And for Idaho, Joel Wright.
Roscoe Smith, 78% free throw shooter on the year, so good free throw shooter. But he missed them both. Slaps his hands in frustration. LA now 14 of 21 from the free throw line as a team.
You jinxed him, Eric.
The broadcaster's jinx. I will apologize to him later. Under 7 minutes to go. LA up by 4. 7 seconds to shoot for Benneman. Joel Wright. And one! Generous continuation there for Joel Wright. Jamario Moon called for the foul.
Number 15, Jamario Moon.
Let's see. Foul there. Well, that's a continuation. He never dribbled again.
It's true. Took a pretty big jump stop there.
Yeah. Couple bunny hops.
Makes it a 3-point play. And now Idaho is within 110 to 109. Where did the Stampede come from? Manny Harris, no good. Benneman the rebound. Idaho can take the lead. Kevin Murphy, he'll go to the line with a chance to tie and take the lead. Oh my, how things have turned here in the fourth quarter, AC Green.
Yes, they definitely have. And this reminds me of a football game between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs, when a winless team plays a good team on their home turf and rides the momentum home for a victory. First one of the year.
LA Defenders hoping to avoid the same fate as the Chiefs last night on Thursday Night Football. And now Idaho has the lead with 2 free throws from Kevin Murphy, and LA wants to take a timeout.
Full timeout, Defenders.
6 minutes, 28 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. The LA 24-point lead has slipped away. Stampede up by 1. Trey Bussey and company have come storming back right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. Eric Rothman and AC Green midcourt here at the Toyota Sports Center as the Idaho Stampede have come all the way back from 24 points down in the third quarter to take the lead with 6:28 to go in the fourth. AC, what's happened here?
Sense of urgency has been lost by the defenders. Sense of urgency.
See if they play more urgently coming out of the break. Jamario Moon to Harris. Head fake. Got it back after he had it stripped momentarily and finishes. Manny Harris gives LA the lead back, 112-111.
I will commend the defenders. Their execution after timeouts have been right on point.
See if they can execute defensively. That's the problem here in the fourth. Joel Wright missed the gimme, goes out of bounds after last touch by Eloy Vargas. Stays with Idaho. 5 seconds are going as Kevin Murphy takes a long time chatting with his team there before actually throwing it in. Bussey thought about a three, now drives, swatted by Moon. Tharp has it, 3-on-2 for LA. Here's Harris, bodied and fouled.
Jamario Moon sent that one to the moon.
Fourth personal foul.
Great job, Jamario.
Sent it right into the hands, more importantly, of his teammate Nadir Tharp, as he could kind of take it like a football wide receiver there and keep running yards after the catch.
Exactly. The yak yards were great on that situation.
Manny Harris at the line. Harris tonight, perfect 3 of 3 from the charity stripe. Make it 4 of 4. It's Harris a 75% free throw shooter on the year. The Michigan Mamba, as they call him. University of Michigan alum, along with head coach Phil Hubbard, who has his number 35 jersey retired in the rafters at University of Michigan.
Phil Hubbard was a bad boy in college. He had a pretty good NBA career also.
Former All-American, averaged a double-double when he was a Wolverine. Evan Murphy off on the fadeaway, Jamario Moon with the rebound. And now Moon has a double-double with 16 points and 10 rebounds. Nadir Tharp, no look, Vargas can't get the touch. Got it back and finished on the second effort. What an impressive debut by Eloy Vargas, who now has 14 points.
Yeah, he's playing. That's all I can really say. The guy's eager, waiting on his opportunity. It comes, and he's delivering.
LA back up by 5, under 5 minutes to play. Murphy lost it, got it back, under 8 to shoot now. Dishes to Wright, got over Vargas and finished. Good move by Joel Wright to stay with the play. Harris blocked by Benjamin, last touch by defenders.
Manny Harris in that situation has to be able to kick the ball out. Jabari Brown was sitting over here in this corner, timing his steps as well as getting his hands ready. 25 points, ready for 27 or 8 on that attempt.
116, 113 LA. Murphy out to Wright. Tried to slam it, might have gotten tipped, but somehow got into the hoop. A stroke of luck there for Joel Wright, as he got a little aggressive. Fortunately for him, got the 2 points anyway. 116, 115 LA. Closing in on 4 minutes to go. Nadir Tharp out of bounds. Now the referees being asked by the LA Defenders bench if one of the Stampede touched that ball as Nadir Tharp shot it. They say no, turnover on LA. Their 27th turnover. Benjamin working Vargas. Second effort for Benjamin. Gets the rebound. Throwing elbows and finally gets fouled.
He's just working hard down there. That's all he's doing. A Zach Randolph imitation, just banging and bumping. And he got the call, you're right. Threw a nice little elbow, but he's the aggressor. It's going to go his way.
20 points, 8 rebounds for the big 6'8", 245-pounder out of Towson. Two-time Colonial All-American first team member. went undrafted this year, but played in the summer leagues both in Orlando and Las Vegas for Miami and Denver, respectively. He missed the back end of that free throw. We're all tied up at 116 apiece. 3.5 to play here in the fourth quarter. Will regulation be enough between these two teams? Tharp, kick out to Moon. Thought about it, now takes the three. Spot on for Jamario Moon.
That's the one right there.
Nadir Tharp with his 10th assist leads to that three-point bucket. And a timeout taken by the Idaho Stampede. It's a full timeout, and we will step aside. We've got a game on our hands. The LA Defenders clinging to a three-point lead. They have 3 minutes and 7 seconds to try to hang on versus the Stampede.
6:30 p.m. when the Defenders will once again take on the Idaho Stampede.
Welcome back inside the Toyota Sports Center on Time Warner Cable Sports Net. I'm Eric Rothman alongside AC Green. The LA Defenders looking to pull out their second victory in a row and their second victory on the year, but right now they need to withstand the hard late charge by the Idaho Stampede, who have cut the LA Defenders' 24-point third quarter lead down to what is now a 119-116 score. AC final 3:07 here in the fourth. What does LA need to do to hang out and grind out this win?
Well, it really comes down to this defensive effort right here. Let's send a message. The last 3 minutes is not going to be easy.
Idaho the inbound. There's Murphy. He'll fire a three. Right on the money. Tough shot for Kevin Murphy. He's got 30 points.
Well, he's had the hot hand, obviously, and that's demoralizing because you know you come out of that timeout, you're looking for the go-to guy.
Moon had it tipped away right into the hands of teammate Jabari Brown. We're all tied at 119, 7 on the shot clock. Brown, long two, no good, rebounded by Wright. Idaho can take the lead yet again. Gone back and forth here in the last few minutes. Bussey draws a double, gets to Murphy. Heat check from the left wing. No. Rebounded by Moon. Good dish. Moon to Harris for the finish. Credit the second assist to Nadir Tharp as they were moving the ball up the court efficiently. 121-119 LA. As Murphy is going to do it all by himself apparently for the Idaho Stampede. He goes to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
Oh yeah, no, he's straight attack mode right now. He is. Murphy's doing a great job of attacking the basket and taking the perimeter shot when it's there. He's letting it fly.
2:05 to go. Kevin Murphy now 30 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. Make it 31 points as he is 9 of 10 from the free throw line. A 65% free throw shooter on the year, as that stat will be greatly improved after this game. Get 10 of 11 now from the free throw line, and he ties it at 121. 2 minutes to play here in regulation. Mario Moon calling for some help on the left wing. Skip pass to Brown. Spins, goes up, and he is fouled by Terrell Tate.
Foul number 17.
Jamario Brown, that's a great penetrating drive from the left, and the drop step was the best thing, and I love the spin move personally.
Nice move by Brown. Now the all-important free throws. LA 16 of 23 as a team from the free throw line tonight. Brown gets his first one, a 77% free throw shooter on the year.
Making the free throws under 2 minutes on the clock is the key in basketball for a victory.
We got both of them. 123, 121. AC got it right. We're under 2 minutes to go here in El Segundo. Murphy slowly pacing around the arc. 10 to shoot. Nearly stolen, right, gets it, dishes to Benjamin. 6 to shoot. Terrell Tate from the far corner gets it to go. And Idaho, a 1-point lead with a minute and a half to go. Garp. Harris will try a three. Too strong. Rebound loose. Kicked ahead by a Tate. LA basketball. Fortuitous bounce there for the defenders.
Yeah, it was. And Moon as well as Vargas both went in and trying to tip the ball out. And like you said, foot was in the right place at the right time for the defenders, that is.
Minute and 15 to go. LA finds themselves in a position they have not seen very often tonight, and that is trailing in the game. Brown shoots left, goes right, bodied and one. Jabari Brown taking over in the fourth quarter.
Good recognition by Jabari Brown right here on the wing, seeing the baskets open down low, and taking that hit and keeping his concentration going, like you said, the and one. Strong move, strong finish.
Brown now with 30 points off the bench for LA. Timeout on the floor taken by the Idaho Stampede. 1:01 to play here in the fourth quarter. LA up 126-124. AC, if it comes down to it, if it comes down to that last shot, you've had a lot of hot shooters for the defenders here tonight. You've got Brown with 30 off the bench. You've got Harris with 29, Jamario Moon with 19. Who do you want in those closing seconds to have their hands on the ball?
Well, Manny Harris, I would say you always want to have him with the ball, but Jabari Brown has that hot hand, and I would put one of those two guys with the ball and let it happen.
Both of them shooting over 50% from the floor tonight. Could come down to that one final shot as LA is up 126-124. 1 minute and 1 second to go here in the fourth quarter. And it'll be Idaho basketball as they advance into the front court.
Well, the last time Idaho came out of the timeout, they executed the play perfected. I should say. And let's see what happens this time if the defenders are going to actually make an adjustment.
It was a three-pointer by Kevin Murphy out of the timeout last time. Here's Gibson looking for a three in the near corner, and he is fouled by Jabari Brown, and Jabari can't believe it. Question is it a two-pointer or a three-pointer?
I have to review this.
Yep, the referees are already coming over. Jeff Wooten will put back the headset, take a look at the monitor. The ruling on the court is a three-point shot with 58.6 seconds to go.
Yeah, I think from our angle, it looks like his foot was on the line. He stepped in, basically trying to draw the foul. But I've been wrong before.
The videotape never lies, so Jeff Wooten will get the benefit of instant replay here.
Well, either way, whatever happens, the defenders have to come in and they have to execute themselves now on the offensive end. See exactly what's going to happen.
And, you know, it's interesting, AC. There is a new rule in the NBA Development League that it would allow the LA Defenders to challenge this call if they thought that it was not a foul. If, as Jabari Brown was screaming that he didn't foul the shooter, Coach Phil Hubbard could challenge the call and say, go take a look at it and see if it really was a foul. Might be a good time to use it with 58.6 seconds to go, but the LA Defenders elect not to challenge the call on the floor.
Yeah, they're playing the percentages here, basically. I mean, either way, they have to score.
His free throw is good. And so it was confirmed as a three-point attempt. So 2 more free throws coming. As Gibson ties it with the second, can take the lead with the third. Costly foul on Jabari Brown, his 3rd personal. And now Gibson hits them all. Under a minute to go, LA back down by 1. Stampede have only had a 1-point lead this entire game. It's their biggest of the night. LA was up by as many as 24. They've let it slip away. Moon, a 2. Draw. And now, momentum is in favor of Idaho. Murphy, right wing. Offensive foul on Kevin Murphy as he caught Manny Harris with an elbow.
Yes, and that's a tough call right there.
The question is, will it be a common foul or a flagrant foul?
I think the momentum was there, but I don't know if he actually touched him.
And so the ruling on the court is a flagrant foul. The play is now under review. And if it's from the angle that we just saw, AC, not much video evidence there that I would see to overturn it.
Yeah, and I think the defenders not only are hoping that, but they also get the ball.
And it was a tough camera angle too, because the camera angle was from behind Manny Harris, so you don't get the benefit of seeing where that contact is, where it was in relation to the play happening. Did Murphy make a flagrant move to get those elbows above the shoulders of Manny Harris? And now the referees are talking about it as we await their decision.
Yeah, he definitely went above the shoulder. Yeah, I didn't think he made the contact.
So play is downgraded to a common foul. So referee Jeff Wooten and company looking over the videotape and saying just a common foul. Both teams in the bonus here, but because it was an offensive foul on Idaho, no free throws for the defenders with 28.3 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. LA has the basketball, trailing by 1. As Terrell Tate checks into the game for Idaho. And Eloy Vargas is into the game for LA.
And the defenders need to attack the basket here, not set up for an outside shot.
Manny attacking. Off the glass, no good. Got his own rebound. Lost it right to Vargas. Can't get the roll. Frantic underneath the hoop. And now Wright left all alone for the dunk. LA down by 3 with 8 seconds to go. Plenty of opportunities for LA. They just couldn't finish.
Tough break for the defenders. After 3 attempts on the offensive end, they give up the breakaway, leading to a 3-point lead.
So now with 8 seconds to go, the best you can hope for if you're Los Angeles is to tie it with a 3. Tonight, the best 3-point shooter has been Jabari Brown. He's made 5 of 7 from long range.
Nobody help.
LA needs a 3-pointer here to tie this game, or else they are going home with an L, and what a tough loss it would be. Idaho leads 129-126. It is the biggest Stampede lead of the night, and it's only 3 points. LA led by as many as 24, and they are on the doorstep of taking their 3rd loss of the season if they can't convert here in the final 8 seconds.
Yeah, what a tough position to be in. Like you said, you're 24 points, but you have a chance. Still 8 seconds on the clock. You have a possession. I'm surprised they have the 2 big guys in right now, being the defenders.
They've got Vargas out there, the 5 on the floor for LA. Tharp, Moon, Vargas, Brown, and Harris in a box formation. Now they go. Tharp gets it to Harris. 7 to shoot. Moon, a 3, off the mark. 3 seconds. LA needs to foul, and Vargas does with 1.5 seconds to go. And 1 free throw away from sealing this game as the Idaho Stampede comes sneaking back out of nowhere.
Yeah, like I said earlier, you know, the defenders, they basically, their sense of urgency went away. You know, they came out and played well first couple of possessions in the third quarter, but then in that mid part of the third quarter, they just went to sleep.
So it'll be Joel Wright at the line to shoot a pair of free throws. Idaho up by 3, still by 3. So a missed free throw here. It would take a miracle. 1.5 seconds to go for Wright to make this free throw. Makes it 130, 126 now. Idaho on top by 4. That's a big free throw by Joel Wright.
Huge free throw right there. Still got to draw it up as a defender's coach, but, you know, pretty much put the nail in it right there, that last free throw.
1.5 seconds to try to overcome a 4-point deficit. Again, this 4-point Idaho Stampede lead is their biggest lead of the night. LA was in control for the better part of 3 quarters of this game and led by as many as 24, and they let the Stampede right back in it.
It won't be a pleasant conversation in the locker room.
No, it will not.
Los Angeles Defenders.
It'll be a quick turnaround for Los Angeles as these 2 teams will meet again tomorrow night on Saturday, live right here on Time Warner Cable Sports Net, which is about 1.5 seconds away from looking like it will be a revenge game for the Defenders. Here's Tharp to inbound. It's to Harris. No one in the vicinity of Harris. Hits the 3, but it makes no difference as a quiet crowd here at the Toyota Sports Center watches the LA Defenders fall to the Idaho Stampede 130-129. They blew a 24-point lead in the second half. Tough game to lose, AC.
This shot is now under review.
And now the shot is under review. I'm not sure why it matters. Whether it's a 2 or a 3 or not, the final score will be the same, and that will be the Los Angeles Defenders coming out on the losing end. So the referee's taking a look at that final shot.
Well, I send my congratulations to the Idaho Stampede. They won their first game of the year.
Yep.
You know, and they kept their composure, and they gutted out a victory after being down by 24 points.
AC, what is the LA Defenders as a team? What do they need to do to learn from this game and have a short memory play Idaho here tomorrow night?
Well, the beautiful thing is just that they have a game to get over this failure tonight and try and come back and win tomorrow. But Christina said it earlier in the broadcast that, you know, 48 minutes of effort is what they really needed, and they didn't have that tonight on the defensive end.
So it was confirmed as a 3-pointer from referee Jeff Wooten, and that is the end of the game. The Idaho Stampede come back from down 24 points to defeat the LA Defenders 130-129 as the Idaho Stampede improved to 1-2 on the season, and the Los Angeles Defenders fall to 1-3. Again, next game will be tomorrow night as these 2 teams take the court yet again against each other. LA will have to try to get over this one as they go into Saturday's game. How hard is it for the LA Defenders to get over something like this?
You know, the Defenders, they want to play right now.
Yeah.
You know, because they know they gave this game away and they should have won. And so this is one of those kind of things you just want to get back out there as soon as you can. It's going to be easy to get back tomorrow and play even harder.
Well, less than 24 hours from now, the LA Defenders will be back on the court to take on the Idaho Stampede yet again. One bright spot of tonight's game was the debut of Eloy Vargas, 14.6 rebounds for the NBA D-League rookie, and he joins our very own Christina Kaplan right now. Christina?
Thanks, guys. I'm here with Eloy. Quite a debut you had tonight. How did it feel to finally put that Defenders jersey on?
Well, it feels good to be playing, especially with those guys. Especially I've been practicing for like a month now, basically. So now I feel good playing with them and playing against other teams.
What are your goals as a Defender this season?
Well, I'm just trying to improve myself and get better and try to help my team win. That's what I'm doing.
Thank you so much and welcome to the team.
Right.
Back to you guys.
Thank you, Christina. Great work on your first night. Part of the broadcast team. We look forward to working with you tomorrow night, as well as the rest of the season. The LA Defenders taking on the Idaho Stampede tomorrow. They fall tonight to the Stampede 130 to 129. For my entire crew, Christina Kaplan, AC Green, I'm Eric Rothman saying so long from El Segundo. The LA Defenders fall right here on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. We'll see you tomorrow, everybody.